Well, welcome back to B&T Bushcraft. Back up at the shelter again today, and you might be able to hear it's peeing down with rain, so you might be able to hear the rain hitting off the top of the roof. Currently stood inside the shelter that you've seen, not last video but the one before that the guys started to build. I wasn't here last week, so they actually got quite a bit of work done, but there's been a ridiculous amount of rain fell in the last 48 hours, so the roof has suffered a bit because of that. So that's going to be repaired today, and if I can get that done, I want to try and build another wall between this tree and the one over there, and that would be two walls complete. There's already one started here, so we've got 1.5 walls done. If we could get this one done and the roof repaired today, I'd be happy. I'm just going to insert a video clip and some pictures from Sunday just past there that Brian had sent me from the work that he had done on Sunday there, just to show you the progress of what has been done.
Morning troops, Sunday morning, no Ben, no John. Wally's had to work first thing this morning, but he should be here later on. Got some soup for the lunch and some tiger loaf. Plan of attack today is try and get the sides on this, and Wally's bringing the sheet for the roof as well, so we just have to wait and see if he does bring it or if he doesn't. Failing that, I'll at least get the sides all cut to size, ready for the guys during the week, hopefully if they come up. See what happens.
Right, now that you've seen the work that Brian had done at the weekend, I'll show you the repairs that are needing done today. You can see a bit of the roof has collapsed there, and the roof appears to be too flat. I don't know how well you'll see it in here because it's pretty dark. In fact, I'll angle the camera this way, you might be able to see it better. You can see how much that bellows. That's bellowed down there. That is filled to the brim with water. Each section going along the roof is like that, so I think we're going to have to drop this side of the roof, going right along there, drop that further down to allow the rain to flow off it, because it's far too flat at the moment. So that's one of the jobs I'm going to get cracked on with today. I've just got my axe here, and I'm going to use the bottom of the handle there because it's fairly rounded, so it shouldn't pierce the shelter here. And I'm just going to give this a wee push now, and I'll just let you see how much water's actually collected. But this is just in one of the sections. Like I say, there's water collected in each bit along here. This one's collected the most, so just a wee lift, I'll show you how much water's in this. There's still loads in there. So you can see how much water this roof's been holding. So there's a support here, one here in the middle, and then one there that's just out of view of the camera. So rather than taking down the entire roof and rebuilding it, what I want to try and do is just take maybe 6 to 12 inches of this one, the middle one, and the one that's just over there, and hopefully the weight of the roof should then just fall down on top of these, then creating more of a slope on the roof to let the water run off it. So I'm going to keep cracking on, taking the water off the roof, and I'll bring you back when I'm doing some work on the roof and see how we get on with that. Well, that's me just spent the last 20 minutes trying to get the water off the roof. It's still no fully clear, the water bit. It's enough so that I can work safely under it without it collapsing on me. So, as I was trying to tell you earlier on, I've got this support here, one in the middle and one at the other end. I reckon if I could just take 6 inches off each one, then the weight of the roof should then just fall down onto where I've cut it. So if I just saw away each bit here, and then I'll see what happens. Fingers crossed it works. So that's me sawing through all 3 supports, but the last one, even though I've sawed through it, the weight of the roof has wedged the bit in that I've sawn. Sorry about that. So I'm going to have to get the axe, use the back of the axe head just to try and chop that out, and then let the roof come down on top of it. Like so. So what I'm going to try and do now is, you can see that big flappy bit here, I need to repair that, and I think the whole roof, if I can just untie, there's a bit of wood on the other side just like this, that the roof's kind of wrapped round. So what I'm going to do is cut the cord and try and roll it tighter so it pulls the cover a lot tighter, and that will also help the water run off it, because at the moment it was far too loose, it was sagging down in between each one, plus it was level, it was just collecting water. So that's it, drop down this side, that'll help it have the angle. And now I just want to, I'm not the tallest guy, so I can reach it on this side, but on the other side it's a bit higher up, so I need to stand on a stump. And I reckon if I can just roll them a bit tighter, make it the whole thing a bit more taut, that should do the roof. Well, I'll bring you back once I try and get that done, alright guys? Just before I go and try and fix the rest of the roof, this centre support was never lashed into place, it was just kind of freestanding with the weight of the roof sitting on top of it. So what I've done is I've just cut out a wee notch either side of the log here, and I'm just going to lash that in place. I'll just bring the camera in closer so you can see the notches that I've cut there, just to show you how I'm going to do it. So you see I've just got a little notch in there, and I've run one round the other side as well, so that once the paracord loops over the roof here, it's got something to bite into here, and it's just not going to slip straight up off the support here. The paracord will sit in that notch that's been cut. So I'm just having a look on top of the roof here, and you can see all the crinkles in the material where the water's been collecting. So it just shows that the material's never been tight enough, so at the end there where it's joined onto the tree, and just pass where my hand is there, I'm going to cut the paracord there and just roll these bits tighter on this side and on the other side, and hopefully that'll be enough to stop the water collecting on the roof. So I'll bring you back when I'm doing that, guys. Alright, so as well as it's dropping the corner down on that side of the roof, I've also came up with another idea just to give it that wee bit more of an angle, because I wasn't quite happy that it was enough of an angle, but it's still a bit too flat for my liking. So I've loosened off a lot of the paracord, and what I could do is, these supports are still in place, attached onto the trees there. I don't know how well you can see that on the camera, I'll just bring it over. So you can see I've attached a support onto the tree, and the roof is lashed onto the support and the tree. So what I've done is I've took all the paracord off so that the roof could actually be lifted up. So I'll just show you here, I'll just use the axe to help lift it. It's quite heavy, but the roof can then lift. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the roof and put a wedge, just a wee wedge of wood like that, right in closer so you can see it. Just a little offcut, and I'm going to set that on top of the support there, and that'll lift it again just another couple of inches, and it'll give it more of an angle, give the roof more of an angle, should I say. There you are, you can just see I've put that wedge in there. So by doing all these wee jobs, just fine tweaking it, and it's easier to do that just walking around the shelter, seeing what alterations I can actually make to the roof rather than dismantling the whole thing and starting from scratch. It's far too time consuming. So I can just make these small alterations, and that's going to save me a ton of time, because it's I don't know what time it is in the afternoon just now. It's getting on quite late. I reckon it'll be coming on 2 o'clock just now, so talking about an hour and a half to 2 hours of daylight left. So, and I do want to get this roof finished. I've still got to do the bits on either side, what I talked about up here, just where I'm just rolling the logs, and that'll help tighten the whole roof up. And I think once that's done, fingers crossed, that should be all the work done that's needed on the roof. And after that I can concentrate on maybe not getting the walls done today, but preparing the wood to start building the walls and get that done, yeah. So Brian arrived about an hour ago, so between me and him we managed to get that roof finished off. The other day here he processed a lot of wood. It's just lying here, it's just beneath the camera, it's just out the sight of the camera there. So I'm going to start delumbing all these, just taking all the dead limbs off these bits that he's processed down, and we'll get another wall started today. Get these gloves off. So you can see that's this wall about finished. This is the second wall that's going up. There's one right opposite that. And I think later on what we'll do is we're going to make a start and get this back wall. See if we can get this back wall finished today before we sit down to have dinner later on. We'll start running out of daylight, I would say in about the next hour or so. So we want to get this one lashed together, maybe another 1-2 logs on top of this, get it lashed together, see if we can get that back wall done, and then it'll be dinner time after that. Camera's been off for a wee while now. Yeah, I want to try and preserve my battery because I'm out here overnight. So it's pitch dark now. And the time that the camera's been off, we've got a dining table here built and a bench either side, and you'll hear noise at the back of me there. That's the rear wall of this shelter getting built at the moment. dinner's on over at the usual fire pit. But in the morning, once it's daylight, I'll take the camera around and you'll get a better look at what's been done at the time that the camera's been off.
There he goes.
That wee fire pit's no bad, it seems to be a wee bit bigger.
The one for cooking them.
Aye, just a wee tad bigger. But
Fire
it's
in, buddy.
Nice, Brian. So you can see that's a dinner all served up. John's waiting, made us a curry, fresh naan breads and a rice. We've got a beer to wash that down, so we're just going to get stuck in about this and bring you back later. Chicken thighs, John.
chicken thighs. There's a bit of bone in there as well, I couldn't be asked to debone them. I wouldn't debone them in the house, so.
Could you remove some marks for that then, I'm afraid, John? We should come down with me in the woods. And pass us an hour. Thanking you. Right, I'm going to go and tip that camera.
Hey! Huh? Look at that hip flask. Jesus Christ. I bring less beer, but I brought more of that, so yeah.
Definitely.
50-50.